If right now it's feeling hard to make decisions, or maybe you're finding yourself second guessing what's going through your head, then this training is for you. Maybe you're trying to decide on a new offer to create and how to price it. Or maybe you're looking at different programs and trying to figure out what's right for you. Maybe you're looking to make the leap outside of your 9 to 5. Or maybe you're just replaying conversations over and over in your head. In this training, I will break down steps to help you feel confident in your decisions, to trust yourself without needing more information, more time, more validation. And I'll break down why trusting your decisions might be feeling hard right now. There's nothing wrong with you, but I'll show you how to shift into a state of calm, how to listen to your intuition, and how to make decisions faster from an aligned place instead of spiraling in your thoughts. My name is Shannon. I am the founder of Expand Beyond Coaching and the creator of the R.O.O.T method. I work with heart-led, mission-oriented wellness entrepreneurs that care deeply about the work that they do to help others. But they're feeling exhausted, burned out, because of overgiving and constantly feeling like they need to hustle in order to grow their business. With 11 years in the wellness industry and my experience coaching clients, what I found is that decision making starts with the nervous system. When I first started my business, I would wake up every morning really early and immediately I would start opening my laptop to work. It always felt like everything was on fire, everything was urgent, and that I could barely keep up with the tasks that I needed to get done. This was draining my energy, and it was making me feel constantly overwhelmed, constantly exhausted. And then it would lead to me spending time questioning whether the decisions that I was making, whether the path that I was headed down was the right one, and if I was doing enough. On the outside, everything looked aligned. I was working with clients, building my business, growing classes. But internally, I was stuck in fight or flight mode. It felt like I was being chased by a tiger. I thought that I needed to do more in order to have more clarity and more success. Until I finally realized that what I actually needed was to feel safe. What I really needed was to be able to slow down, to connect into my inner knowing, my intuition, and also to build that trust in myself as a business owner. And once I realized this, I also found a way to make decisions that felt calm and steady. Once I started to slow down, once I calmed my nervous system, I could make decisions faster. And I no longer wasted any energy second guessing. So today, I'm going to teach you 3 steps as part of my R.O.O.T method to help you trust your decisions and move forward confidently. Step 1 is all about resetting your nervous system to help you decide. It's really hard to access your intuition when you're stuck in that fight or flight mode, when your nervous system is dysregulated. That's why resetting the nervous system is the first step in the R.O.O.T method. Let's go a little deeper into the nervous system. When everything feels like it's on fire, you're making decisions from that place of urgency, from that place of scarcity. Am I going to have enough? Can I do this quick enough? And it's really hard to make decisions from an aligned place when you're in that state. If we're making decisions from that first instinct place, if we're reacting quickly because everything feels so urgent, we might be reacting from a place of fear or protection rather than from an intuitive place. I'm going to break down a little bit about the gut response versus the intuitive response here, because a lot of times we talk about, follow your gut reaction, follow your gut response, and we use that interchangeably with the intuition. However, the gut is typically driven by the nervous system, and the nervous system's job is to keep you safe. This is essential. This is required. This is so important to be able to stay alive. However, sometimes the nervous system's response in trying to keep you safe makes things that feel new or unfamiliar feel dangerous. And our gut reaction is to say no. That might mean that you're missing important opportunities to move forward and to grow. So, in contrast, the intuition's job is to help you find the aligned path, the path that's going to help you move forward towards your highest potential, towards your soul's purpose. At first, that can feel scary because the path that is new feels unfamiliar and it might make your nervous system go, whoa, 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 this is not for me. But ultimately, your intuition is this deep, steady inner knowing. And sometimes we just have to calm the nervous system first before we can fully tune in and listen to it. Let's drop into a quick practice so that we can feel that shift in our body. One of my favorite ways to reset the nervous system is by using the breath, by focusing on the breath. And so take a moment, take a seat wherever you're at. Feel your feet grounded on the floor, on the earth. Place your hands on your belly. Maybe you close your eyes if it feels safe and comfortable to do so. Or you can even just gaze right at the tip of your nose. Start to tune into your breath. So bring all of your awareness into your breath. Breathing in and out through the nose, but really being conscious of the belly, that diaphragmatic breath, allowing your breath to be deep and steady. And we'll start to count the breath, breathing in for a count of 4, breathing out for a count of 8. Slowing down the exhale signals to our nervous system that we are safe. When you're ready, start to breathe in for 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Last round. Inhale 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Then allow the breath to return to its natural rhythm and pace. Noticing how you have more room to expand. Noticing how the mind, the thoughts got a little bit quieter. Feeling just a little calmer in the body. And when you feel ready, you can open your eyes, maybe gazing at a window or a plant, something that inspires your energy for a moment, and then coming back to the room around you. Once you've calmed your nervous system, you can start to ask yourself these questions. From this place of calm, how does the decision feel now? When you think about the outcome of the decision, does my body expand with excitement or does it contract? Do I feel hesitation still? Where is this hesitation coming from? So, bringing in this sense of curiosity into what you might be feeling, knowing that that nervous system response has started to become a little bit more regulated. So you can start to dive into how this decision is really feeling from a more intuitive place. The second step that we're going to go through today is observing the energy leaks. This is also the second step in the root method. What is an energy leak? An energy leak is anything that drains your time, your energy, your resources without moving you closer to your goal and to where you need to be. Oftentimes, our own thoughts can be energy leaks. For example, maybe you find that you're spiraling in your head. You keep going around and around and around in circles about all the what if statements, thinking about all the different outcomes that could happen once you make your decision. And sometimes it can happen after a decision too, where you've made the decision, but then you're starting to second guess, you're starting to question whether that decision was really aligned for you. And you keep going back and forth in this endless loop. So after you have done the reset for your nervous system, it's going to be easier to identify when those energy leaks are happening and move out of them faster. So the first step to helping observe an energy leak is first just becoming aware of it. If we don't know what's happening, we can't shift it. Once you become aware, oh, I'm spiraling in my thoughts. This is an energy leak. The second step is to interrupt it. So to interrupt the thought pattern, interrupt the loop. And a lot of times it can be as simple as just catching it. So doing something physical, I like to snap. This is something that I learned from my coach. Snap, I've caught it, I've got you. And it literally is going to interrupt the thought. And then you can start to get curious about it. So where is this energy leak coming from? And this allows you to start to separate the fear from the intuition. Fear, a lot of times, is something that's going to have a very loud, very urgent voice, like we talked about before. If you are feeling fear around a decision, get curious about it. Is there scarcity coming up? For example, is there a resource that feels like maybe you're in lack of it? Time, money, is that getting in the way of this decision? Or maybe the energy leak is centered around what someone else might think. So just getting curious and asking yourself, okay, what is my hesitation here? Is it fear? Where's this fear coming from? Once we've calmed our nervous system, identified that the energy leak is happening, caught it, and gotten curious about it, we can move on to trusting your intuition. This is also part of the root map. If you notice that the fear is creeping in or you're feeling hesitation around a decision, you can rewire that thought. You can shift that pattern by simply repeating an affirmation to yourself. So an example is if you're feeling the fear coming up over resources, time, or money, you can repeat an affirmation around, I trust that I have everything that I need. Or maybe you're worried that you're not going to be able to follow through with a commitment. Replace that with an affirmation, I trust myself to do whatever it takes. Or maybe it feels scary because it feels like things aren't falling into place the way you thought. You can replace that with an affirmation. I trust that everything will work out as it's meant to. So take a moment and think about an affirmation that you can use, that you can go to immediately to help you replace that thought loop of fear. And it's like a muscle. So the more you become aware, the more you catch those thoughts, the more you can rewire into that trust so that it happens quicker and quicker to the point where eventually you don't even have to think about it. This is the work that we do inside my one-on-one coaching cocoons. We use the root method. We don't just talk about trusting yourself, but we learn the tools to really reset, regulate the nervous system, to understand those deeply rooted patterns of fear, to start to rewire them, to be able to really tune into what the intuition is saying and make decisions from a clear, embodied, aligned place. You'll spend less time second guessing whether a course is right for you or whether you're pricing your offer properly or just how to move forward in general. You become the kind of leader where you feel steady inside your business and you have more time to do the things that you care about because you're not constantly leaking energy, wasting time in those loops. I am so thrilled. I am so excited to support you on this journey. And I hope that this training helps give you a little more clarity on your decisions. You can use this as a starting point. You can come back to it whenever you have a big decision that you need to make. And I would absolutely love to hear what your biggest takeaway, what your biggest breakthrough is from this mini training. Send me a DM. My Instagram handle is at Expand Beyond Coaching. I love to hear from you. And as a thank you for sharing your breakthrough, I have a little something extra special for you. I love to offer strategy calls each month. It's just a way to really give back to my community. It's a way to really help you move forward and, make those confident decisions. So if you're seeing this, it means that there's still a few spots left. Practice that trust, send me a DM, and I can't wait to hear from you.